Hi, it's Jason Waters with the Mortgage Minute. Today, I am honored to have my friend David McGee with me. Welcome, David.
Thank you for having me. I'm honored to be on your show. Thank you.
David is a realtor with Century 21 Connect Realty in Roswell, Georgia, and does an excellent job for clients, both on the buy and sell side. But to start with, David, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Thank you, Jason. You're kind. I'm from the Metro Atlanta area. I've been here pretty much all my life. So, Atlanta's been a great market for me. I was raised here. My wife as well is from this area. And after 18 years of marriage, we have 2 teenage children. And they're just like everybody else right now, just like your children, kind of working through the online schooling or distance learning and, but they're handling it well. So it's crazy times, but everybody's doing really well. But yeah, Atlanta's home for me. So this is, it's been a great market. It's really been good to me and my family.
Yeah. Awesome. So tell us a little bit about how you got into the business and being in the real estate business. What drew you to being a realtor?
So great question. So I spent a lot of my earlier career years in media. So newspapers, switching over to radio, and then going into more of the digital market, which is all transferred very well over into real estate. So it was help small businesses kind of cut through the clutter, get out to their customers and drive their customers into the business. And it's another thing with the home, and you're marketing it, trying to get out there to as many buyers as possible and try to get as many people at their front door. So, it's really transitioned pretty well, the experience from media, sales, and marketing. Mm-hmm. And probably a number of years ago, I made the transition into real estate. And, it's one of those things I'm so glad I did. It's one of those things where I can help something as important as where you live. I get to help clients with that. It's great.
Yeah. That's what I like. So you used to be a B2B guy in sales, and I used to be a B2B guy back when I did commercial lending. And so what I found much more fulfillment in what I do than like when I would just work with companies and help loans for companies. Like I enjoyed it, but I wasn't helping people get into like where they're going to raise their kids and live. And to me, it's a lot more personal. So there could be a little more drama, if you will, or emotions that get involved. But I find it so much more fulfilling working with people in their homes. Like I love it. So
yes, I couldn't agree more. It's an emotional process. I mean, just like on the mortgage side, you get people who are trying to liquidate maybe one of their largest assets.
Yeah.
And there's big decisions involved. There's a lot of emotions involved. There's a lot of moving parts. So the more I can help someone with that transition and make it as smooth as possible, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that people don't see, but that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to make it seem like a duck on the water. Everything's cruising along smoothly, but underneath our legs are flapping like crazy, trying to make sure everything falls into place.
Exactly. A lot of times they don't know what's happening. How much we're swimming. So,
but it's yes, it is very rewarding when I meet so many people who are. Just the other day, I helped close on a house, and it was a family who had raised their kids there. They've been there for 25 years. The kids are off in college now. They're moving back home. But there's a lot of memories involved in 20 years in a residence with kids and family and everything else. So it's exciting to help them close that chapter of their life, move on to the next one, or help someone buy the house of their dreams.
No, it really is. It really is. So tell us about the market. What are you seeing? Like, what's your take on the real estate market in Atlanta right now?
Oh, you're closely tied to it as much as I am. The market's great right now. So a lot of people who don't know, it's the first multiple listing service, is the MLS system that most of homes in Metro Atlanta are put into market. That's 60 years old. So it hasn't been around forever, but it's been around for 60 years. So if you look back into, that long, August, they had the highest sales volume in the history of the FMLS just this August.
Wow.
So it's the market's doing really well. But you have buyers on the other side who are, they're missing opportunities, but the interest rates, who's had more buying power now than they have in the history of buying houses? It seemed like interest rates have never been this low.
Yeah, you're right. If you have a job and you have, I mean, you have the income, and unfortunately there are still people that don't right now, but if you have income, your buying power is so much higher when you have rates in the twos. So yeah,
It's unbelievable. I'm still waiting to see something in the ones, Jason. You got to call me up sometime and say, hey, we cracked the twos. Now we're into the ones.
VA loan, 15-year in the ones. There you go.
Are you? It's crazy. It's crazy.
So,
So yeah,
yeah.
That's exciting. It's exciting for buyers. They have more buying power, and it's it's a great time in the market right now to buy or sell, which is very rare to be able to say that.
So what I hear about buyers though lately is like it's hard to find houses, especially under at certain price points. Is that where it's kind of shaken out?
Oh, yes. What a great as well. I mean, how many customers of yours have you had to get pre-qualified, pre-approved, and they keep missing on houses? Are you hearing a lot of that?
Absolutely.
So if I could give a tip to a buyer, I would say the biggest thing is, and I've had clients and I've heard buyers like this that go into a home and you have 15 bids on the house, and that's not uncommon right now. So how do you break through that clutter, and how do you give yourself a fighting chance? You don't have to be at the top of the bidding war, but what you can do is take your mobile phone. I mean, everybody's got their mobile phone, seems like 24 hours a day now. The biggest thing that'll help you cut through is actually taking your phone while you're on the property, inside the house or on the front porch, yourself, your family, whatever it is you want to do, and just break out your phone and do like a 30-second or 1-minute video of saying how much you love the house, who it reminds you of, or the memories you're looking forward to building there. And then make sure that goes along with your offer into the house. And, I've heard stories and time again that video is helping people win the bids on these houses in such a low inventory market.
It's a very good point. Like in the old days, as in 6 months ago, it was a letter, right? You'd write a letter and say how much I like this house and I envision raising my kids there and all that. But you're right about video, because video's taken over social media. I mean, that's what drives traffic there. It only makes sense that the video connection will work for that as well. So,
well, you get a human interaction. You can see body language. You can read people so much more. But how much of content, and I've heard 80%, I've heard 75%, how much content is consumed via video?
Yeah.
Have you heard it, Jason? I think I've heard that YouTube has now overtaken Google as the most searchable engine out there.
Yeah, that's where you go to search. You want to learn how to do something, you go to YouTube. Of course, it's owned by Google, but you go to YouTube and search it. You're right.
Well, you and I watch enough videos, we can put a rocket on the moon. We'll compete with Elon Musk.
We'll nail it.
we can figure it out with YouTube. But no, it's we have the technology now to help us in a market like this. We search for phones, we search for homes on there, we apply for mortgages on there, we check our email, we do everything. Just use it as a hack and turn around and film yourself. And that's, go into a house and make a video and make sure you have an agent that's going to make sure that gets in the hands of the sellers of the house. So along with your offer, there's a lot of things you can do. I would say the biggest tip right now is to make sure you use video to take advantage of winning bids.
And from the financing side, I'm always saying, don't just get pre-qualified. Let us pre-approve you, which means we need all of your documents. We need your income docs, your asset docs, everything. Let's try to approve you without a contingency if we can. So if that means we're looking at a rental conversion on your current home, so that you don't have to sell it, that's what that, we can do it. So anything you can take to make that offer stronger will help you get the home, because they're going to be a stack of offers. So
yes, agree. It's very competitive out there. Use all the advantages you can.
Yep. What about sellers? What advice would you give to a seller right now?
So great question. The biggest thing I see right now is, even though there's more buyers than sellers, so inventory right now is about 2 months. So if no other homes went on the market, and we would take about 2 months to get rid of every active listing on the market right now. So low inventory sellers market, but I'm still seeing thousands of homes come off the market every month because they had an agent. So you kind of question, and the thing I hear a lot with frustrated home sellers who aren't selling their properties, is they don't know why, or they just are misinformed. So information is key. We got to have information from the market. The one thing I do see is that sometimes you get complacent in such a competitive marketplace. You're thinking, okay, my house is one of the few on the market and there's more buyers. So, there's a lot of times a home doesn't have professional photography. And so here's what I tell sellers that not get complacent. I always tell them you have 2 first impressions. And so everybody always kind of thinks, how can I have 2 first impressions? So first is professional photography. Your first showing is going to be online. I mean, that's where people are seeing all of the homes for the first time. You got to have professional photos, plenty of them, very bright, and put the key assets to your house, master kitchen, any upgrades, that kind of stuff in the first 5 pictures. Because you know how people are, Jason. We're consumers. We do the same thing.
Sure.
We click 1 or 2 times, and if it's more than 4 or 5 clicks, if we haven't grabbed our attention, we're off to something else.
Absolutely.
So have the first couple of pictures to be the good ones, hook them in there. That's your first impression. And then, of course, when they arrive to your house, you're going to have the second first impression on there. I've got a couple of YouTube videos. I try to make content to help sellers out. And, it talks about that. So don't get complacent. I would say don't get complacent. Always put your best foot forward. Make sure you have an agent that's going to make sure they're putting the best foot forward. Professional photos, hustling to market it, make sure it gets out there in front of the more buyers, the better, because even though you may get 5 buyers come in and make an offer, why not have 10 or 15? I mean, the more you have, the better choices you have as well.
Absolutely. All right. Well, that's about all the time we have for today. David, I really appreciate you coming on. If folks want to get in touch with you, how can they do that?
Best that you can find me on social media, David McGee. My phone number is 404-964-0121. I'm not sure if we can print something up here, but they'll have a link to it. And they can find me that way. Okay.
And you can find me you can call me or text me at 404-403-8787 and email me at jason@watersteam.co. And until next time, I hope everyone stays safe. And if you're out there looking for a home, happy hunting. If you're looking to sell, good luck. Now you know what to do. Take care.
Jason, always great to see you. I hope you and your family are well.
Thank you.